I'm live at bullbuster.net, and today I want to talk to you about 4-strand braid versus 8-strand braid and why we have 4-strand braid in certain pound tests and 8-strand braid in other pound tests. So what's 4-strand braid? 4-strand is, let me see if I can zoom in here, is you see this braid? It is made up of 4 strands that make the rope that is the braid. Now when I get closer, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough on the edges. And if you zoom out, this is a very thin line versus this 200-pound test. So one of the good things about having 4-strand is that it's rough on the edges, and when it's a little bit more abrasion resistant. So on bullbuster.net, we make our lighter braids rough around the edges, and that's so that you can cut through things that, let's say you throw your line and it gets caught up in some weeds and you need to yank it out. This 200-pound braid, you use it with brute strength. This braid, you need it to be a little bit of rough around the edges so it can kind of cut its way out. And if it was too smooth, you're just going to get cut off. So on bullbuster.net, 40-pound and below, we make this 4-strand braid, which is a little bit rough around the edges, versus this 8-strand braid. This 200-pound test is very smooth. Let's see if I can zoom in here. It's pretty smooth. It's made up of 8 strands. It's smooth, and it's going to actually help your casting, because at this diameter, the wind starts catching up with your casting, versus this diameter, the wind's not really messing with you. It's so thin, it's not a problem. So here we have our smoother 8-strand braid, and on bullbuster.net, that's 50-pound and above. And the 8-strand braid is smooth, it casts well, but you also have the strength to pull it out of anything. So you're gonna look here, these, zoom in here, 8 strands, it's super smooth. Versus this, if you zoom in, it's rough around the edges. So on bullbuster.net, 40-pound and below is this 4-strand, 50-pound and up is this 8-strand.